So I know y'all niggas remember that Brittany Griner case, the WNBA player that was arrested in Russia and was charged for drug possession. Eventually, she was sentenced to 9 years, but was later released after serving about 10 months in a Russian prison. Now imagine this same exact case, but instead, nobody is coming to save that ass. Meet Jared Shaw, 35-year-old professional basketball player for the Tangerang Hawks, professional Indonesian basketball team. Now, even though Shaw played a pivotal role for the team, it wasn't enough to stop this big fella from facing the rest of his life in an Indonesian prison, or even worse. Now, you might be wondering, what in the fuck would cause somebody to be in such a predicament? And your answer for that is weed.
Stay off the damn weed.
For some reason, as Americans, we have this retarded ass way of thinking that causes us to have ignorance to a level this ridiculously extreme. Granted, most countries, especially in Eastern nations, don't really have the same cultural norms as America, but as American people, we need to do our due diligence when visiting or residing in these countries. Sometimes there just simply isn't an excuse for ignorance. And Jared Shaw displayed more than ignorance. This nigga displayed straight stupidity. Jared Shaw was arrested in Kisawak, Tangerang, a suburban town in Indonesia. Shaw was originally caught with 132 gummies that allegedly equated to 869 grams of cannabis. The story is, Shaw was being investigated and traced by Indonesian authorities after they got a tip that Shaw was set to collect cannabis-infused gummies valued at about $400. The package was shipped straight from Thailand, where weed was actually decriminalized in 2024. This is how Indonesian authorities began tracking Shaw's package as well as his intent when receiving it. Indonesia has super strict laws against literally, and I can't stress this enough, any drug. Whether for pain, recreational use, transportation, Indonesia will absolutely over if you ever bring in even a gram into their goddamn country. So Indonesia classifies narcotics into these two categories. Group 1, which consists of drugs like marijuana, heroin, cocaine, party drugs, things of that nature that really don't have any type of medical use. Now, the consequence for Group 1 is absolutely whatever the they want to do to you. Like, whatever they want to do to you. I mean, there's no excuse for any type of weed. Matter of fact, weed is on the level of fentanyl over there. I'm telling you. Then you got Group 2 and 3. This consists of morphine, codeine, and really all the opioids that strictly come from doctors. Now, if y'all want to know how bad Indonesia does not around, just ask the 17-year-old Japanese teenager that was caught with just 2.6 grams of marijuana in Bali and ultimately was sentenced to 6 months in jail for it. 6 goddamn months. In America, a 17-year-old getting caught with 2 small-ass grams of weed is a simple call home to mommy and daddy. Even the plug might not answer a motherfucker trying to just cop 2 grams. But, that's neither here or there. Because once secret agents caught up with Shaw and pretty much had all the evidence that they needed to come and grab him, there was a bit of a struggle when agents were trying to apprehend him at his apartment complex.
This is Jared Shaw from Dallas, calling for help as he is being arrested in Indonesia. His face blurred by the police taking the video.
Fast forward, and Shaw's been in confinement for the past couple of months now. After Shaw's arrest, Indonesian prosecutors have been pushing for either life in prison or the death penalty. And here's why. Indonesian law states, quote, any person who without right or illegally plant, maintain, possess, store, control, or provide narcotics from Group 1 in the form of vegetation shall be subjected to imprisonment minimum to 4 years. When questioned about why he decided to smuggle weed into the country, Shaw brought up the fact that he had Crohn's disease and the pain isn't really manageable without THC use. But even if that were to be true, Indonesia doesn't classify weed as, quote, medicine. So either way, Shaw's fucked. Now, the shitty part about Shaw's whole situation is not even necessarily the weed, but the fact that he decided to, quote, smuggle in the gummies from Thailand, kind of what is making him face life in prison. Just importing weed, even if it's for your own consumption into the country, equals importing narcotics on the same level as heroin or cocaine. That's why prosecutors are justifying life or death in prison. And, to add salt to the wound, Shaw's professional team is not offering no type of help whatsoever. After this whole situation, the Tangerang Hawks immediately let the man go following his charges. We've seen guys in the NBA get re-signed for way, way, way worse.
Houston Rockets player Kevin Porter Jr. was arrested, accused of attacking his girlfriend at a hotel on Manhattan's East Side. The NBA player now facing charges of assault and strangulation. Police say the 23-year-old is accused of hitting his girlfriend several times and putting his hands around her neck. She was taken to the hospital with a cut on the right side of her face.
I gotta feel for him a bit just because I myself am a pothead, you know what I mean? But at the same time, this isn't the NBA. This is the Indonesian law we're talking about. So ultimately, this shit falls on Shaw. He should have did his due diligence and accepted the fact that, buddy, you're going to have to go through the Crohn's disease or go back to the West. Granted, a part of me feels extremely bad just because this is just weed. Like, at the end of the day, this is not even the actual flower. This was the gummy. At the same time, you got to understand, you can't just go to these countries and expect to have the same norms that America does. You know what I mean? We're dealing with the Indonesian law, and it clearly states that no drug use is acceptable by any means. Somebody get Trump on the phone and help him, man. Hey, help Jared Shaw. Free Jared Shaw. Free Jared Shaw.
Help is on the way. Help is on the way. Help is on the way, I promise you.